Hi, I'm Bill Telepan from Telepan Restaurant. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a squash soup. So we're going to use a butternut squash soup here, but there's so many different kinds of squashes available these days. You got buttercup, you got Hubbard, blue Hubbard, kabocha, delicata. There's so many out there, I can't even remember them all, but it's all basically the same. You're going to end up wanting about 2 cups of roasted squash, so you could use any kind that you want. We're going to use the butternut because it's more readily available and it's pretty versatile. So I'm going to take it. First, we got to do is roast the squash. So we're going to cut it in half, but do it. You got to be steady about it because they're really hard. You need a sharp knife and a good hand. So let's go and right down the center. Try to crack through the stem there, or you can knock the stem off if you want, like that. Hope I didn't hurt anybody out there. Just break it in half. We're going to scoop out the seeds, just like so. You can separate the seeds from the flesh there and roast them off, and we could use that for a garnish. Just take the seeds, you can separate them from the flesh, and you can put them in a little boiling, put them in cold water, bring it up to a boil, let it cook for 2 minutes, drain them out, and then toss with a little oil or some salt, or some of your favorite seasonings would be great for it. So here we go. We take the squash, very simple. Just put a little water into the pan, pinch of salt, and that's all I do. Again, you could take some of your spices, like people like a little cinnamon or some clove or some nutmeg they could put in there. More than welcome to do that. Also a little paprika, cayenne's a little nice in there too. And you're just gonna cover it up. We're just gonna pop it in the oven. Remember, it's set at 450 degrees. You're gonna let that cook until it's tender, about 45 minutes to an hour or so. So while that's cooking, we're gonna get the soup ready, the soup base part ready. So I have some onions, some leeks, some garlic. It's all sliced up. It doesn't have to be fancy or small or anything like that. It could just be like that. And I have them over in a pot. And they're all cooking together in a little oil with a little pinch of salt for about 7 minutes or so, until they're nice and tender like so. We're gonna add some water, or if you have vegetable stock, if you don't mind some chicken stock, just cook that. Let those flavors marry together, anywhere from like 15 to 20 minutes or so. Now, let it come up to a boil, but put it at a gentle simmer. While that's cooking, we're gonna check out our squash. It's now cooked down, dried out nicely, and we're gonna scoop out the squash. Now, you're gonna wanna let it cool a little so you can handle it, and just scrape it into a bowl, like so. Away from the skin. This is about a 2 to 3 pound squash. That'll yield about 2 cups of squash puree that you'll need. So it's cooked down a little. And now what we're gonna do is just add the squash to this. Just mix it in nicely. And add a pinch of salt to that. This is ready to puree. Now, some people may like it like this. You can just mash it with your fork or get a potato masher and you're good to go. But this one we're gonna make smooth, so let's go puree it. We're gonna pop it into the blender here. Now, when you're using a blender, what I like to tell everybody is just go really slow to get it started, so it doesn't just splash up. You just wing it on and you go high speed. What's great about this one has a adjustable speed. And then start pureeing. Oh yeah, it's nice and thick. You could dice some squash, cook it with some apples, some diced pears. Some croutons are nice in here. Those pumpkin seeds or those squash seeds we were talking about are also a great garnish for it. Or you could just eat it just like this. So good. I'm Bill Telepan from Telepan Restaurant. And we got some squash soup. Enjoy.